It's the theory that there are no conspiracies, the version of reality that we're all being asked to believe. Politicians and billionaires don't work together to protect corporate interests. Politicians making decisions to funnel billions of dollars in taxpayer money to conflict zones has nothing to do with how profitable that is for the military-industrial complex. Billionaires who own weapons manufacturing corporations or other war profiteering companies donating to super PACs who donate to those politicians has nothing to do with why those politicians make the decisions they make. Those same politicians often being personally invested in those companies also has nothing to do with them making the decisions they make. See, that just can't be true, because that would mean that we're voting for people who are murdering people for profit, and well, that would make us culpable. So we have to believe in the version of reality where the suffering that's going on over there has nothing to do with the profiting that's going on over here. Resource wealthy developing nations constantly being destabilized and taken over by corrupt leaders willing to play ball with Western corporations at the expense of their own people is also a coincidence. That's just corruption happening over there. That has nothing to do with the West. The fact that Western corporations are the ones profiting the most from those circumstances doesn't mean that those Western corporations are actually actively doing anything to help create those circumstances. The fact that the worst times always end up being the best times for the richest people is also a coincidence. Financial crashes and pandemics always seeming to lead to situations where the wealthiest people among us end up doubling their net worth is a complete coincidence, and the fact that it keeps happening that way doesn't indicate any sort of discernible pattern. There is no conspiracy. That's my favorite conspiracy theory. The powerful people aren't working together to consolidate and perpetuate their own power at the expense of everybody. The fact that all of history makes it look that way is a coincidence. It's not my favorite conspiracy theory because I think it's true, but because that is maybe the most batshit crazy way to interpret reality I can think of, and yet it's one of the most common ways.